Alright, right now I'm trying to figure out actually how to just like have this phone not be having to be held by my hand, but I think I'm just gonna have to do it. So hello everyone, I am back right now. Today I wanted to break down specifically how somebody knows if they are ready or not to take a CLEP exam, or even a DSST exam or a Dante exam, anything like that. But yeah, just a breakdown of where I am right now. I am in Orlando. I currently live here. I work for Disney right now, working for Mickey for the next 5 months or so, and then I will see where it goes from there. So I've been off my CLEP comment section for about 2 weeks, and I just got bombarded with notifications when I came back. So it seems like you guys you have a lot of questions. One of the ones that I think I tend to get a lot, because I mention it in videos, but I've never made a video specifically on it, is how to know you're ready for an exam. And I'm going to break it down just as simple as possible. But when you take a practice exam, I always say shoot for 70%. 70% is going to be about equivalent to a passing rate to any of the exams that you would take for the CLEP. That being said, it depends on how comfortable you are with that risk. So if you're going to get a 70%, chances are you could get plus or minus 2 wrong on the next when you actually take the test. So you have to be careful that you might just barely not pass or barely pass. You shoot for whatever you feel is comfortable. If you're feeling uncomfortable at that 70, because that is just passing, maybe shoot for an 80. So there's multiple ways you can test this as well. Test this specifically 2 different ways. You can get the CLEP book, which I have a whole nother video on, which I could put down in the link in the description. That would be probably the best thing to purchase. I think it's $25. It might have gone up to $30, but it's very little money, and you pay for the whole book. Do not pay for the individual tests, pay for the whole book. You get all 33 exams for a practice exam. It seems like some people out here are trying to get as free as possible, which is good, but do understand that you do have to spend some money. You are getting a college degree out of this. It is very, very beneficial just to spend a little money here or there. Not really a big of a deal. That would be number 1. Number 2, if you actually have study.com, there is the practice tests. So how it works is each lesson has its own video quiz, and then each chapter has a test on the chapter, and then at the very end you have a final test. So what I would recommend doing is, as you're studying for it, quiz, do all the quizzes, and then do each practice test per chapter, and then do the final test. Now you can actually see which chapter you need more review on. Say we have 10 chapters, and say you got a 74% as your final, and you don't feel super comfortable with that yet. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna look through it, and you see on chapter 6 you just have about a 35% or something low like that. So you're gonna restudy chapter 6 to make sure you know that material a lot better. Basic stuff just like that. It shouldn't be super complex, but that would be probably my recommendation for anybody out there trying to really work on that. So either do the CLEP book for the 70% or study.com. If you don't want to do either of those, if you're really feeling stingy, I bet you if you Google CLEP practice exam or CLEP exam from 2014, you might be able to find the actual practice exam from back then, or the actual exam even. Just be aware that if you get one of those older tests, that there might be missing information. CLEP often does that with tests, is that they update them and they'll add new sections. So like with the Soviet Union test, they added a lot more information on the Gorbachev era in the 80s. So you had to, and that was for DSST, but they added a bunch of that and basically altered the whole test. So they had to take it offline for, I think it was like a 5-month period, and then put it back up. So just keep that in mind. Also, I do realize I don't really talk about DSST or straighter line courses or anything like that on here that much. So I do think I want to make more videos on that. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. Remember, for practice exam, big number here is 70%. You're gonna want to shoot for that 70% mark. That's the passing rate. So make sure when you pass, you get that 70%. If you go higher, better. If you're under it, you could try to stretch it and go for it. I was too nervous to risk that most of the time, so I mean, to each his own. If you want to, go for it. Yeah, guys. Also, I'm gonna recommend my book out here as well. It's called The 1-Year Diploma. It is on Amazon. The link is in the description of every single video that I have. If you guys could buy it, I have tons of great information in there about how to test out of things and how to properly do this. If you could, like and subscribe, share this up. If you want to check out my comedy channel, you can do that as well. It's probably my favorite channel, or I could also put a link at the end here. Thank you for sitting in my car with me while I sweat my ass off. And I'd like to call it a hot box, but it's just a steam box. It's just like, it's like a wet sauna. It's not even sunny out. It's just super steamy. That's just Florida in general, I guess. Yeah, have a nice day, guys.